Hi all and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. I wanted to chat about obviously this news today that Nick de Vries is being replaced by Daniel Ricciardo from the Hungarian Grand Prix for the remainder of this season. And my thoughts on why this isn't as clear cut as what it appears to be. Stick with me and I'll run through it as quickly as I can for you. So here we go. So as we know, Helmut Marko has decided, after giving Nick de Vries pretty much a warning that he had 3 races to improve, or he could be facing, being sacked as an AlphaTauri driver. Now, AlphaTauri, as we know, they operate from Italy, so the cost to them is by far more than if they were brought to Silverstone or to the UK, where the Red Bull headquarters are, and it would save them a lot of money because obviously there's room for them to operate alongside Red Bull in the Red Bull factory. So obviously, with Nick de Vries not delivering, I'm guessing they wanted somebody in there to try and maybe turn the fortunes around for the team, in the hope of keeping them in Italy and operating from Italy. But this is where Daniel Ricciardo comes into it. He had a tyre test with Pirelli after the British Grand Prix last weekend, and he didn't. I don't think he was as good as what they expected. He did have a few, I believe it was 2 incidents where he spun off on his fast laps and stuff like that. So maybe Helmut Marko thinks that he's not ready for Red Bull to replace Perez, because let's remember Perez also has had plenty of warning that if he doesn't improve, and his last 5 race weekends have been not fantastic. A couple of them, he's had some good results on the Sunday, but certainly qualifying has been a disaster for him. So maybe they think Daniel Ricciardo's not quite ready for the Red Bull seat. So after giving Nick de Vries warnings, they've decided to put him in the AlphaTauri seat for now until the rest of the season. Now, that could mean he's there for obviously that long, but maybe next year as well, until he's ready to move up to Red Bull, possibly. But I also think, I know it's been talked about plenty of times about Perez not being secure at Red Bull and stuff like that. I get that. But I think that it says more than just a simple Nick de Vries is gone, Daniel Ricciardo is replacing him, because he's had his warnings, as I said, and he's not delivered. He's not improved. Yuki Tsunoda is highly regarded within the Red Bull family, and there was talk of him going over to Red Bull, but we can't discount Lando Norris in this either, because whether it was arranged prior to the British Grand Prix and his amazing result, second, absolutely fantastic result for Lando, well deserved as well, and also Oscar Piastri, I think, like they said, he did deserve third, but the safety car caught him out, so a bit unfortunate, but that's how it goes. But Lando Norris has been, he's had a private meeting with Red Bull. Now, like I said, whether that was arranged prior to the British Grand Prix, I've got no idea. If this has come around after the British Grand Prix, I'd be surprised if McLaren can keep delivering upgrades that bring this car closer to the Red Bulls. Now, and I understand it from Max's point of view. Max has luckily got a dominant car this year. He's carrying that team on his own at the moment. If, say, there was more competition, their car was slower, which, when you think of the gap that they finished in Britain, I think it was just 6 seconds or something ahead of Lando. Yeah, there was a safety car. It may have been a few more seconds, but, Lando did keep quite close to him. So I think it's times like this when you need a teammate that, like everybody, laughed about Bottas being Lewis Hamilton's wingman. That's pretty much what Perez is, and he's not doing that. He's not delivering on that. So I really do think, and I know it's been talked about, like I said, plenty of times, that he's likely to lose his seat if he doesn't improve. Talking about Perez now, I think he's probably got until the summer break, and I reckon there'll be another announcement that Perez is not driving for Red Bull, maybe for the remainder of this season, and certainly not from next year. So that's my thoughts on it. I'd love to get yours on this because, there's so many drivers' names out there, whether it's Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, and what happens to Perez, because I think, this really is a warning sign to Perez, because they've both been warned to up their game. One of them hasn't, well, both of them haven't to an extent, and I think Helmut Marko has sent this warning message partly to Perez as well, to say, look, I'm not messing around. We warned De Vries, he's gone, we've warned you. So I think that puts a bit of pressure on certainly on Perez, and whether he can improve on that, who knows. But that's my take on it. Like I said, I would love to get your thoughts on it, whether you agree, you disagree, whether you've got some other scenario that might play out here. But I certainly do think Perez is sailing close to the wind on this one. But anyway, if you like what I do, please like and subscribe and press the notification bell for future warnings of my uploads. And until the next time, take care.